with the exact same stuff as the NPC wants. And yes, we ran into another lag. Oh my god! Now I have to edit this out. This is pretty annoying. So well, actually, I take this time to talk. So what it is basically, yeah, that's it. You gotta just pair up an NPC with a player. Usually, it's not that hard, but depending on what players are nearby, yes, they have to be online and nearby with you, or in the same party. It's one of those two. So they have to, match the criteria and whatnot. So yeah, it sucks. Because I think it was like Dumbarton is like the hardest town. Oh, there we go. Yeah, like I said, Dumbarton is like the hardest town to do because there's so little NPCs in that town compared to like other towns. So matching the criteria will be like 10 times harder, and I don't even know why the hell I have a counter off. Why did I take that off? That was a mess up on my part. Put counter back. And see, playing dead helps. Playing dead helps. So, as I was saying, yeah, you gotta match the criteria, and it's just god awful. And I don't even know why I'm just using this a lot now. My pets. It's always fun to use actually. Just summon out your pet, they'll kick ass for you. But it's a pretty bad strategy. What you should have by now, it's a skill called evasion. I don't know how to say it correctly. Evasion, which is basically a skill that allows you to roll out of range attacks, which is pretty cool. Wait for this guy to get close. Oh no, wait for them. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Yeah. Anyways, as I was saying, you gotta wait for your enemy to attack, and you basically you press at the right moment. You will do like a not a barrel roll, a roll where you just roll out of the way, so you can actually dodge magic or range. It's really easy if you get the hang of it when you're fighting enemies, but when it comes to player versus player, because I did do it once, and I still hate it. And when you're doing player versus player, you gotta time it correctly, and it doesn't really matter because, well, actually, it does matter. I meant, I'm saying, it does matter when you press it when somebody else is using magic against you, because if you just press it, they can actually just wait a second for you to finish up your animation of rolling, so then you can just shoot you again right afterwards, which pretty much sucks. So you really gotta be careful with that skill. But when it comes to enemy NPCs, enemy in this game, you can pretty much know when they're gonna shoot at you, so you can press it really easily. And the more you progress with that skill, the more you can roll. I think at rank 1 you can actually do 3 rolls, but I don't even know, because I don't even think there's a rank 1 for that skill. And if I didn't explain the ranking system to you guys, I'm so sorry. It goes like, okay, so you start off from novice, which is basically the lowest of the lowest. You start from there, you rank up, you go from F to A, and then from A to 9 to 1. Yeah. It's confusing at first when I first started, but really it gets pretty easy. And then there's something called Dan, yeah, DAN, Dan. That is basically that's something higher than rank 1, and basically what it'll do is I think it'll do something like more damage. Like for windmill, there's like 3 Dans, and hey, look, we got the boss key, awesome. There's like 3 Dans, so I say Dan really weird. Dans, okay. So, the Dans will basically just, increase your rank even higher than rank 1, because that's the max. So here we go, we got the boss key, and now we gotta fight the bosses, which are kobolds. And it's a monster lag. So, as you can see, there's no enemies in this room. So, what I'll probably do is just cut out, as always. So when I get back to you guys, the kobolds should be back. Actually, we'll give it a... Yeah, there we go. Wow. I was like, let's give it like 2 seconds before I continue, before I stop. And hey, look, they're here. So, kobolds are really easy. The only problem is they're just huge and massive numbers here. There is no range kobold archers, I meant. If that's what I'm trying to look for. But the problem is there are actually these dark kobolds that can actually use I think it's all of them, but I think it's the dark ones. They can actually use ice bolt magic on you. So just watch out. Which one's gonna target you and whatnot. They say some pretty weird quotes too. Like I remember like one of these quotes like I need fish and like that one right there is like I need fish and it's like there's not enough gold here. One said like I need this money for my dad's medicine. And I'm like they say some pretty weird stuff. And hey look, I disproved myself and ouch. So I guess they all have crap. No, they don't have crap. They don't have crap. They're a huge pain. So yeah, just be careful when you're fighting these guys like I am. I'm being a complete idiot and I'm using archery, which is a huge bad idea. Ow. And yeah, we'll just finish him off with melee, because I'm not an archer after all. I'm just a knight character. That's what I like. That's what I call melee characters in this game, knights, because we aren't warriors. We are knights. Yeah, it sounds pretty silly for the most part, but whatever. So there we go. We have finished it. So now we'll just finish off this guy because I don't like you. God, that's pretty deadly. So there we go, guys. That is the first part of G2. I almost said G9 for a second in my head. So yeah, like I said, the old G9, G1. Yeah, see, there we go. You have to run this about 3 more times. So, run about 3 more times, and eventually you will finish that, and then you can continue off G2. But this time, it's just, you gotta do it once, which they should have done a long time ago. I have no idea why they didn't do that last time. So, yeah. Now we gotta go talk to Craig. See, he's one of the only people in the game who actually has a good name that everyone can say. Well, next to Duncan. Craig. I mean, can't there be a character named, I don't know, Alex or something? Something really easy to say. Instead of freaking, I don't know, something else. But yeah. And look, more kobolds. I don't even know how to get into dungeon, first of all. But hey, I kicked their asses. Actually, those aren't even the same kobolds, I think. Those are, like, totally different. The miners, those are actually a lot easier. Yeah. So, yeah, whatever. So, I totally forgot to mention this last time, but you do get a title if you beat, generations. Some certain generations give you titles, some give you other rewards. This one, Generation 1, gave you Light Snake Who Saved a Goddess, which is a title that gives you 20 plus will, 20 plus luck, plus 1 minimum damage, plus 1 max, and 10 max MP, which is about magic points, if you didn't know. I'm pretty sure everyone should know that by now. But, yeah, titles are really good. I think Generation 1 gives you a title. 3, 8, 9, 15. Those are the only ones that gives you titles, I think. And Generation 16, I forgot what you get as a reward, but that one's kind of, I don't think it's really that good of a reward, because I don't even think you do get a reward for doing it, actually. You guess, you just beat it. Because Generation 13, they give you something cool, which is called the Persona, I think it's called Persona, there we go. So, what that do, it basically is like, you, Generation, 13 is based on Hamlet, which is a pretty badass play from watching this in the game. Hamlet... No, it's not Hamlet. Yeah, it's Hamlet. My bad. Hamlet, and you will learn the Hamlet persona, which is basically, it'll allow you to act as him and whatever, and for a second it'll give you bonuses, like more attack, more defense. I think that's what it gives you. And then you get like 2 more. One's like Ophelia something, and Claudius, which is Hamlet's uncle.